the big time bummer, you know what I mean? If only we could, then we definitely couldn't have gotten a little bit closer. And hopefully, just hopefully, we're able to somehow survive here. Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for taking the time to watch Hello Good Game. Today we're back on our free-to-play grind, playing Rakdos Sacrifice, and again, all of these free-to-play decks contain 0 rares, 0 mythics, so if you're interested in any other archetypes, go ahead and check out the YouTube channel. We've got a playlist filled with them if you're interested in any of that. I believe we also have a link in the description below to save you guys a little bit of time. So today we're playing Rakdos Sacrifice. We're going to get into it, break down the deck, talk a little bit about the strategy, and then we're going to get into some matches. So buckle up, stay tuned, let's get into it. The deck consists of 4 Cauldron Familiars. This is one of 4 1-drops. It has 4 of them in the deck. It's a 1/1. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Sacrifice a food, return Cauldron Familiar from your graveyard to the battlefield, which in turn will reactivate that entrance ability of you gaining 1 life, your opponent losing 1 life. We have 3 Sanitarium Skeletons. We can pay 3 to return the skeleton from our graveyard to our hand, and he is a 1/2. So this is nice to sacrifice, and we can get it back later if we do need that other creature to sacrifice again. 2 Duresses. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land card from it. That player discards that card. Witch's Oven times 4. Tap it, sacrifice a creature, create a food token. If the creature's toughness was 4 or greater, create 2 food tokens instead. Moving on to our 2-drops, we have 4 Blood Aspirants. This is a 1/1, and whenever you sacrifice a permanent, put a 1/1 counter on Blood Aspirant. We can also pay 2 and tap him, sacrifice a creature or enchantment. Blood Aspirant deals 1 damage to target creature. That creature cannot block this turn. We have 4 Slaughter Priest of Mogis. This is a 2/2. Whenever you sacrifice a permanent, Slaughter Priest of Mogis gets +2/+0 until end of turn. You can also pay 2, sacrifice another creature or an enchantment. Slaughter Priest of Mogis gains first strike until end of turn. Agonizing Remorse. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it or a card in their graveyard. Exile that card and you lose 1 life. We have 2 copies of Bankrupt in Blood. As an additional cost to this spell, sacrifice 2 creatures and draw 3 cards. Aggrass Rampage times 4. Target player either sacrifices an artifact, sacrifices a creature, or sacrifices a planeswalker. So this is really good, again, because all of these sacrifice effects are triggering our Mayhem Devil. Moving on to our first 3-drop, we have 3 Playcrafters. When Playcrafter enters the battlefield, each player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. Each player who can't discards a card. Mayhem Devil times 4. This is 3/3. Whenever a player sacrifices a permanent, Mayhem Devil deals 1 damage to any target. And 2 Rakdos Lockets. We can add either a swamp or a mountain by tapping this, and pay 4 plus tap it to sacrifice it and draw 2 cards. We also have 4 Evolving Wilds and 4 Cryptic Caves, because these in turn also hold sacrifice effects. You can tap it, sacrifice Evolving Wilds, search your library for a basic land card, put it into the battlefield, tap it, then shuffle your library. And Cryptic Caves, you can pay 1, tap it, draw a card, and that's really great because late game you can not only draw but deal a little bit more damage in with your Mayhem Devils. So that's the deck. Let's talk a little bit about the strategy. This deck's strategy is very simple. It really relies on the engine of your Witch's Oven and Cauldron Familiar. On top of that, we really require Mayhem Devil to expedite that process, just so you're doing extra damage every turn rather than just the simple 1/1 for each cat. We also have a nice damage ramp through Blood Aspirant. This can get really, really big and beat your opponent down that way. We have potential combat tricks plus more damage ramp through our Slaughter Priest of Mogis. And then again, the cat we can sacrifice again and again, and the Sanitary Skeleton we can sacrifice again and again as well. Late game as well, Bankrupt in Blood, drawing 3 cards by sacrificing some of our lesser creatures, like the skeleton and potential Playcrafters if they're not doing damage anymore, because it really requires you to be moving through your deck quickly. You don't want to get stuck behind. You really want to be setting the pace and be ahead of your opponent at all times. This deck is very friendly. The synergy is very high. And some of my favorite draw hands obviously include the Cauldron Familiar and Witch's Oven. Also, I like to take anything with a Mayhem Devil. That's amazing if you can get to it. My favorite removal is Aggrass Rampage. And we don't really have much of a draw engine because it is an uncommon and common deck, but we do have Bankrupt in Blood for that late game draw alongside our Rakdos Locket. So there's a little bit of everything in this deck. You should have no trouble ranking up or winning games consistently in Diamond without any struggle. So thanks for watching, you guys. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this deck tech and intro, found any value from it, it would be great if you guys left a comment, give me a like, and share this out to any of your friends. We're live every single morning, 6 a.m. PST on Twitch if you want to join the live conversation there. You can also jump in our Discord if you have any questions about this deck. We'd love to field that and help you execute and play this deck to the best of your ability. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. We're going to be back here same time, same place tomorrow, and we'll see you then. We have our Mayhem Devil, which is quite nice, right? That's really going to help us if we can get to the land. We go first with our cat. We also really would like to pull an oven. Let's see if we're lucky enough to pull a land, and even luckier to pull an oven. We get a 2-drop. That's actually better than nothing. Slaughter Priest of Mogus. Very nice. Hopefully we see a creature here. Nothing. Let's go ahead and sack this permanent now if we can. Hopefully he goes for the block on our priest. Negative. So we're going to sacrifice our cat instead of doing our Evolved Wilds here. Right? Because it was chosen to block anyways, or as a... being blocked by the Wildborn Preserver, sorry. We're probably going to sacrifice this at the end of his turn just to ensure that we get that land. It'd be unfortunate if we didn't. Well, we might actually leave it and then we can give ourselves first strike. Oh no, that's only if it's a creature or enchantment, so we will sacrifice the land here. We draw a land. Okay, we don't. So it's good that we did that. I want my Mayhem Devil before anything. No attacks here. We can start laying in with these rampages. And then we have a Playcrafter as well, so quite a bit of good removal if we can survive. Gilded Goose isn't bad. As long as he doesn't play a Wicked Wolf, that will make us sad. Hopefully he pays life to make these preservers stronger. That's always a really good play against the Mayhem Devil, is buffing your guys up. This is a 6/6 with reach, you guys. That's pretty gross. Alright, cat comes in. He's going to hopefully sacrifice his goose here. We get to go up top. He's down to 8, no attacks. And we have quite a bit more sacrifice coming up, so he's going to need to gain some life somehow. Another preserver. It's to the point where he doesn't want to attack. We have enough life to take it and then kill him on the return. So he is going big. Again, he can attack here for 10, so that's pretty big. If he wanted. He does not. So, let's do this. No. Let's just do skeleton. And another vanilla sacrifice. Down to 7. No attacks, just straight chilling. We're up at 22 still. And again, we have more removal. His own Mayhem Devil. Nice! Hopefully he doesn't get our own cat. That'd be unfortunate. He can, just by sacking his food if he has another mana to play. Interesting. So we're playing, obviously, now our Playcrafter here. We're going to sacrifice our Cauldron Familiar. We get this 5/5, which is nice. So we get to deal 2 damage to anything. It's a bit of a bummer, but we're just going straight to his face with it. Right? He chooses to kill our skeleton instead of our Playcrafter. Oh, because it can attack. Our Playcrafter cannot due to summoning sickness. So yeah, that's understandable. We do have a 4/2, which is quite strong. And again, let's just hang out here. No attacks. Straight chilling. 22 life. Our opponent down to 5. We just need to finish the deal here. If we could pull an oven, that would be absolutely amazing. We could start sacrificing our own creatures as well. Trail of Crumbs is really good. He's going to use that both to gain life and to deal damage to us. So very nice. He's sacrificing it as well, though, so we do get to take a little bit back from him. That's nice. It's like he only gained 2 life. Yes. It is a weird situation we found ourselves in. So we have to sacrifice 2 creatures if we want that to work, which we cannot do. Let's try to go wide. No attacks here. We could sacrifice instant speed if we need to. We have to get around Trail of Crumbs sooner than later, because that acts as a draw engine, which is really good. He pulls a cat, which is awesome. Really unfortunate for us. He's back up to 10. We will kill a cat this turn, I believe. Or do we just try to go wide and kill him? No attacks. He's gonna come back and get us. This is unfortunate. A good showing of what a nice budget deck is capable of, though. Right? We're going the distance with a similar powered deck, except for he has a lot of rares in here that he's been sporting. So again, it's always nice to be able to hold your own. Trail of Crumbs is saving him. Fable Passage, another amazing rare. That's so good. Killing his cat. He could have killed our Slaughter Priest. I guess then we could have just hit our damage to his face and then the priest would have survived. Getting some removal though. Does get to draw here if he wants. Crazy times we live in. He does find his oven. That is gonna do it. Nice. Absolute terrible news for us. Fortunately for us, that's all his mana, and we do not find our own oven. So things are gonna wrap up a little prematurely. He also has a secondary Mayhem Devil. So we're gonna be falling a little bit short here, unfortunately. Now hopefully we pray he doesn't block our Slaughter Priests, and then they can power up. He wants to leave his Mayhem Devil alive. Alright, let's try killing the cat here. He gets 1 damage in, so he can't sacrifice another, or else he'll kill our Slaughter Priest. Right, really unfortunate. The big time bummer, you know what I mean? If only we could, then we definitely couldn't have gotten a little bit closer. And hopefully, just hopefully, we're able to somehow survive here. That's as close as we're ever gonna get. All we need is a single Witch's Oven. I guess that actually won't end the game because he has his own oven, which is gonna allow him to gain life as well through his cat. Secondary Mayhem Devil is also incredibly helpful, in which he can play both his oven and his cat. Mayhem Devil there, sorry. I'm just so shocked by this man's amazing top decks. Trail of Crumbs coming out as the significant advantage in this deck. Potentially we could take a look at a Jund version later on that includes green, which is really nice. And we no longer have our Mayhem Devil. So yeah, big time bummer, you know what I mean? It is what it is. I guess that's just another sacrifice effect for him. Like he needs that. You know what I mean? So, we're unable to execute in this first match. We have no direct damage spells. We do think that a potential running of Owen of the Forge could be good, as that has its own sacrifice effect. So that's something to weigh when you're building your deck as well. So let's give our opponent a good old-fashioned hello, good game, and then we can show ourselves the door. Goodbye. That's about as close as you could possibly get, and come back out with the loss with a budget deck. That was really, really close, you guys. Opponent goes first. We're missing our cat. We're missing a mountain, but we have an oven. mulligan. We need the land. That's so much more important to us. And we are rewarded with a Mayhem Devil. We're going to keep the 1-drop, toss one of our priests. We need the 1-drop to sacrifice to get this engine rolling. We are in diamond ranks today, demonstrating what a little bit of budget can do against the current oppressive meta. That is the MasterCard. That's what they should call it, the MasterCard meta. The Slaughter Priest is more damage straight up. It's a 2-2 rather than the 1-1. So we're going to get that rolling, because we won't be sacrificing this turn for our Blood Aspirant. Anyways. Okay, so I imagine if we see a plains here, we're playing against Esper, which makes sense. There it is. Shadow of the Sky, turn 4, incoming. Turn 2, Birth of Maltese. Banishing Light, straight up going to exile our Slaughter Priest. Let's check our Devil to the field. Hopefully, just hopefully, he doesn't have an answer for that. No, of course he does. How many Banishing Lights is too many? Probably gonna see a field wipe here. Why wouldn't we? He's taking our Slaughter Priest and our Mayhem Devil, which is basically everything we hold dear to us. And now it's fairy bounce on, I imagine, our Blood Aspirant. No, he's going to the sky. All right, so let's just have him. Yes, we must progress. All attacking. 3 up top to his face. I know, why would he do such a thing? Playing our Playcrafter, killing our skeleton here. Moment of the sea, that's fine. That puts a token on our Blood Aspirant, which is really good. Hopefully, just hopefully, we're avoiding this field wipe. That's going to be really important to our winning condition. Really? Let's try to hit him. See how that works out for us. Okay, he could trade with our cat. Yeah, let's just put this back in our hand. That's turn. He's down to 8, you guys. Again, no Dream Trawler. Well, actually, we can kill Dream Trawler here. Oh my gosh. Let's see if we can get our damage in again. That's fine. Let's play that one skeleton. No harm, no foul. That puts us at lethal next turn. Our opponent playing it smooth. I guess Castle Ardenvale will take lethal away from us due to the 1-1 blocker. Let's go ahead, push the attack. Down to 3. Again, more lethal next turn. Keeping our cat for the opportunity to pull an oven, which would be really nice.
If you
really
enjoyed this video,
wipe.
make sure to check out
This is
our
the
other
time to
guides
use it.
for beginners. And
Treacherous
if you want to see some of our more
Blessing.
popular videos,
Interesting.
go ahead and dig into our greatest hits.
He
Don't
still
forget
has the
to tap
option to do
subscribe,
so if he pulled
and
it.
see you
A
all
Teferi,
tomorrow.
which locks out his land from a field wipe. He can bounce one of our creatures, and that's still a good game, you guys. Wow, we are able to do it. Incredible. That's a budget deck beatdown of an Esper deck. 0 rares, 0 mythics, competing at one of the highest levels of Magic.